Before there was ever the idea of a life coach, Mel became not only our son's tennis coach, but his life coach. So for 33 years, we have been looking at Mel and Rose's art.
So I've known Mel since I was 6 years old. He's a fantastic tennis coach and just a really great man and such a fun person to be around.
See, the people that came here was like my family. They're tennis people. I taught all these people, their kids, tennis. So they came here to see me because they're like my family.
Yes, they do.
Beecham. This is my grandfather, Grandpa Beecham, Grandpa Floyd Beecham. He is my paternal grandfather, and I felt like my grandfather was an unsung hero. It's just an honor to see him here, on a platform and a stage where his life is being honored through the work of his daughter, Rose Smith.
I graduated from high school in '62, and they had started tearing that down. And I lived farther up toward Lexington Avenue, so I really wasn't paying any attention to what they were doing when they were tearing it down. I mean, people were just really mad about it. There's one guy, they had the cops come and take him out of his house, forced him out of his house because he owned the house, but he didn't want to leave.
The civil rights and integration really started in that little community. Most Americans don't know that, and we want them to know where integration truly started. Roy Wilkins says it in his book, but nobody seems to hear it. It started right here in that little community of Rondo. He said he lived it all his life, and he had been in Minnesota since 1906.
There's this broader misconception that African American history began with slavery. Sometime later, Martin Luther King was born, and then Barack Obama became the president, and that's really all there was. You can walk around this exhibit and see that there was so much more. There was so much more life and richness, and to have the wise men acknowledge that, to have it being put in here to this extent, goes ahead and raises the profile to a level that it should be.
Melvin, whom I met way back in the 70s, decided to paint this picture because of showing his gratitude for the work that I did at Halleck Ground. I don't get a lot of the credit, but he wanted to see this done because Melvin feels that all history should be true. So that's why I'm in the picture. He wanted to set the record straight.
I knew Al was a person that had name for number. I knew that for a fact. And when I discovered that someone else had been accused of doing it, I was rather disappointed. And I have been sworn as an artist to tell the truth. And that's what I did with that piece, is to tell the truth.
I draw inspiration from those who inspire, and Mr. Smith is definitely an inspiration.
They called him Tiger Jack. And so then when the freeway came through and a lot of places people got displaced, and I don't know how it came to be that his place was moved to the corner of Dale and the freeway.
We have to keep telling the story, and Rose and Mel Smith, I think, have done a wonderful job doing that.
I am just very glad to see Melvin and Rose getting the accolades they deserve. I love what they have done in order to bring to life Rondo and especially Hallie Q. Brown, and it's just a phenomenal exhibit.
I only knew Mel as a tennis coach, but he would always send messages through my son to me about the importance of dance and footwork, and I wondered why he knew so much about the arts. And then it became clear that he himself was not only a painter, but had the soul of an artist.
Sounds like Rondo is gone, but yet it's still here. It's physically gone, but I think a lot of people remember it.
It's just really interesting and also bittersweet to know that all of this had to be torn down.
But we must dust the destruction off. We must rebuild, because Rondo is in the heart of us, and we can rebirth it.